show will go on. Rapper GloRilla will host a concert in Tennessee tomorrow after being arrested in Forsyth.
I was hoping the show would still go on. Because they really up for it.
What if the night that should have been a celebration turned into a nightmare? Rapper GloRilla's home was invaded, but shockingly, she was the one arrested. Behind the headlines, a tangled web of betrayal, mystery, and secrets is unraveling. Who's really the victim here? And what dark truths are hidden inside that closet? This isn't just a celebrity scandal, it's a high-stakes game where the stakes are everything. Stay with me, because the full story will blow your mind. They say one night can change everything. And for GloRilla, that night struck like a freight train crashing into a platinum plaque. Just days before her birthday, while the Memphis firebrand was hyping up the WNBA All-Star crowd in Indianapolis, her Georgia home became the scene of a shocking crime. At 1:30 a.m., 3 masked intruders broke into her Alpharetta residence, only to be met with gunfire from someone inside. But the real twist: it wasn't the burglars who got arrested. Authorities, drawn by a suspicious odor and armed with a warrant, searched her home thoroughly and zeroed in on what they later described as a significant amount of leafy green found in her bedroom closet.
GloRilla was arrested in Georgia on felony charges and was booked Tuesday in Forsyth County, Georgia. I believe I'm saying that correct. The charges were possession of a scheduled controlled substance and possession of over 1 ounce. And under the Georgia law, these are felony charges.
And just like that, the chart-topping queen of Yaglo went from walking Grammy red carpets to sitting in Forsyth County Jail, facing 2 felony charges and a very public fall from grace. She turned herself in willingly, head held high, and posted a $22,000 bond as if it were no big deal. But the damage was done, the mugshot was out, and the headlines were ruthless. The irony cut deepest: a woman whose home was burglarized while she was away, now painted as the criminal, while the real suspects vanished like smoke through the Georgia pines. GloRilla's rise had been meteoric and seemingly blessed, from singing gospel in church pews to dominating Billboard charts and packed arenas. Her debut album, Glorious, was still climbing, earning praise from Tyler, the creator, and even drawing attention from Brandon Ingram, who was spotted getting cozy with her at a nightclub. But the past never stays buried. Just last year, she faced DUI and reckless driving charges in Gwinnett County, which fans chalked up to youthful mistakes. Now, with felony possession hanging over her and prosecutors sharpening their focus, those old charges are starting to look like Exhibit A, in a case that could derail everything she's worked for.
I wonder, did they have probable cause to go in her closet?
Well, they probably went to see what was stolen, and when they went to see what's stolen, found But, GloRilla is really sad. Those people robbed her house, stole her jewelry, and left that. That's messed up.
Yeah, and that.
Despite the storm, GloRilla took 2x to boldly declare, "My house got home invaded and I'm the only one that gets arrested, so that's tea." The tweet quickly went viral, igniting fury among fans and sparking a fierce response from her legal team. Her lawyers slammed law enforcement, accusing them of twisted priorities and arguing this wasn't just a routine investigation. It was a calculated effort to cast her as the suspect rather than the victim. This situation wasn't merely about controlled substances. It was about the narrative, the optics, and the harsh reality of a young black woman at her prime being targeted while the real culprits disappeared without a trace. Meanwhile, whispers from insiders close to GloRilla hint at a shadowy secret deal swimming off the public record, sealed behind closed doors, that could explain dropped charges or unusually light sentences. It's not about money. Financially solid, already cashing in with merch featuring her mugshot and sold-out Glow Bash concerts. The speculation is darker. Did she have to give up something or someone to get out so clean?
Released, and at the time when this story broke, the details of the arrest were not clear. So then GloRilla's attorney, Drew Finland, released a statement. So he sent the statement to us and he says, "The arrest of Gloria Woods is a disturbing window into how warped law enforcement priorities have become. Ms. Woods was out of town when her residence became a target for a group of..."
This isn't your standard plea deal. Think of it as loyalty traded for leverage. A former tour manager revealed that tensions had been brewing in GloRilla's inner circle weeks before the break-in, friends disappearing, mysterious and now this chaos. Could someone close to her, a cousin, an ex, or perhaps an industry contact, have been sacrificed to buy her time? Was it a choice, or was she trapped in a game where betrayal was the only path forward? Then consider the burglary itself too perfectly timed to be coincidence. 3 masked intruders broke in while she was performing out of state. didn't harm anyone, got shot at, and vanished without a trace. No footage, no arrests, no suspects identified. Meanwhile, the sheriff's office catches a suspicious scent, obtains a search warrant, and suddenly finds something incriminating. Even the FBI would raise an eyebrow at such a suspicious plot twist.
Now, GloRilla was released the same day on a $22,260 bond. And again, she is expected to perform tomorrow night at her Glow Bash at FedEx Forum. Now, she tweeted about her arrest and she said, long story short, my house gets invaded and I'm the only one that gets arrested. Now, GloRilla's attorney says that there have not been any arrest warrants in touch with that home invasion. And she went on to say that GloRilla is a victim, not a...
Rumors are mounting that the break-in was far from random. A security consultant familiar with Memphis's rap scene suggests these opportunistic burglaries often mask inside jobs less about stealing and more about creating a distraction. The real prize. Whatever law enforcement found during their search. Could the whole incident have been a Trojan horse, deliberately orchestrated to get cops inside GloRilla's home? And if that's the case, who rolled out the welcome mat? An unconfirmed but intriguing theory is that this setup came not from enemies lurking outside, but from someone close, someone who knew her schedule and what she kept at home. This isn't petty theft. It's a calculated move involving leverage, blackmail, or even industry sabotage. Keep in mind, GloRilla's faced feuds on wax and backstage clashes that TMZ barely caught. Clearly someone had motive, timing, and wanted that stash found.
Calling it crazy, and according to the FedEx Forum officials in Memphis, Tennessee, GloRilla's concert will still go on as scheduled. It's happening only a few days after her arrest, right back here in Georgia.
GloRilla is maintaining her glamorous public persona scene, enjoying herself in Mexico, a drink in hand and possibly Brandon Ingram by her side. She even joked about turning 30 just to stir up the internet. But beneath the glittering photos and sold-out shows, the pressure is intensifying. While federal authorities have yet to get involved, her legal team has noticeably gone quiet. If a deal is in the works to keep her out of jail, it could come at a high cost: her silence, her trusted allies, or her hard-earned reputation. So, what's really unfolding? Is this a masterful setup that would make a Netflix documentary look amateur? A betrayal cloaked beneath birthday celebrations and Leo-themed parties? Or are the burglary, the charges, and the rumors of a snitch all pieces of the same tangled puzzle? An Atlanta club promoter familiar with GloRilla's scene puts it bluntly: no one breaks into the home of a star that big without an inside tip. And the police? They didn't stumble upon anything, came fully prepared.
And they sent me a statement, and in the statement, they say that the reason why they were able to arrest her was because they found was in a closet in the master bedroom, and the master bedroom belongs to GloRilla. So that is why they went forward and issued the arrest warrant for her. Now, at the end of their statement, they do say this: they are the police down there say the homeowner is a victim of a serious crime, and we are committed to bringing the suspect to justice. This was a statement from the sheriff.
Behind all the shows, jokes, sunglasses at night, and flashy Instagram captions, those close to GloRilla reveal a starkly different reality behind the scenes. A former stylist, speaking anonymously, described a dramatic shift in her demeanor right after the arrest. While Glo kept up appearances posing for photos, signing merch, and engaging fans backstage, she appeared unraveling, pale, paranoid, and constantly pacing. The source noticed she was chewing her nails down to the nub and obsessively checking her phone as if waiting for a call that never came. Another insider, a crew member from her Glow Bash tour, revealed she refused to sleep alone in hotel rooms after returning from Georgia, insisting an assistant stay close by in case something else happened. It's easy to understand why. Surviving a home invasion is traumatic enough, but having the system seemingly turn against her added a whole new level of violation. Family members, who aren't in the public eye or backed by legal teams, were at the house during the break-in, facing masked intruders and dodging bullets in the hallways. According to her legal team, some of these relatives are still grappling with the trauma. One cousin, the one who reportedly called the police that night, has remained silent since, while another moved out of state shortly after, citing safety concerns. The quiet from her closest circle has only grown louder as the days pass.
Pray for GloRilla, because nobody should have to hide in their family. Okay, in my house, I should be able to leave my pack anywhere in my goddamn crib. I gotta put my in my master bedroom, in my closet, just to make sure y'all don't smoke up on my...
But what if that silence has only deepened the mystery surrounding GloRilla? Is she guarding secrets to protect someone close, or has distrust crept into her inner circle? Her team remains tight-lipped, sticking strictly to legal statements and carefully crafted social media posts. Yet every time she drops a joke or flaunts a carefree birthday photo, it feels like another layer of armor, a shield against the storm brewing beneath the surface. Fans have started to pick up on the subtle cracks too. At her recent Glow Bash performance, many noticed she seemed stiff and distant, not the vibrant, energetic queen they know. A viral post captured the sentiment perfectly. Is Glow really celebrating, or just holding herself together in public? Because sometimes, even when the lights shine bright and the music plays loud, the hardest battles are the ones no one sees. Asterisk.
WREG that the show will go on. Today, the FedEx Forum tweeted a ticket link for the Glow Bash, and they tweeted that out for people to buy more tickets. They said the tickets are still on sale, and that will happen tomorrow night at the FedEx Forum. Now, as fans prepare for the event, GloRilla, her attorney, and the community are reacting to her arrest in Georgia.
And then came the merch drop: black tees emblazoned with GloRilla's mugshot, neatly folded in front and center at her concert's pop-up booth, going for $40 a piece. Some fans chuckled, others snapped them up, but not everyone was buying into the message. Within hours, social media exploded with theories. Was this just a clever hustle, or something far more calculated? An Atlanta-based music journalist suggested the merch drop was premeditated, timed perfectly to dominate the conversation before any court documents could leak. Control the narrative, bury the details, he wrote. A former A&R executive from a rival label went darker, speculating if she's printing her mugshot, it's because she knows worse ones might be coming. This sent fans spiraling into detective mode, digging up screenshots, old tweets, deleted posts, and connecting the dots between tour stops, past beefs, and label politics. The theory gaining the most traction: the mugshot merch isn't just about brand building or legal fees, it's funding something bigger. An anonymous industry insider claims GloRilla has been quietly negotiating a private settlement with unnamed parties tied to the incident, possibly hush money to keep people from flipping the story on her. No confirmation yet, but unbothered demeanor, coupled with radio silence from her label, only fuels the speculation. Add to that the fact the three home invaders remain at large, and suddenly that $40 tee feels less like a flex and more like a shield.
I think that's the absolutely most craziest thing I've ever heard, because she wasn't there first and foremost. Second of all, we don't necessarily know what happened in that situation. The robbers could have left that there. Anything could have happened.
And speaking of silence, there's been nothing but static from GloRilla's rumored inner circle since the arrest. No public support from longtime friends, no statements from collaborators, and not a single word from Brandon Ingram. Fans flooding social media with side-by-side photos of the two getting cozy in Cabo. Did the situation shake their relationship, or was it always more of a situationship than something solid? As a professional athlete, he knows when to step back once the headlines start swirling. But if even her closest allies are holding their breath, what does that imply about what they know or what they're afraid might be exposed? GloRilla team has done a decent job framing her as the victim, and to be fair, there's plenty of evidence supporting that narrative. She wasn't home during the break-in, she was performing, and the suspects remain at large. Yet those facts have turned into a double-edged sword. If she wasn't home, then how did anyone know what was inside that closet? And if the intruders didn't take the most valuable items, the leafy stash found in plain sight, then maybe the burglary wasn't about theft at all. Perhaps it was designed to trigger a search that would set off a chain reaction, bringing everything crashing down.
No sense to me, because are you responsible for what's in your house? If you're not home, you had guests there, you had somebody break in. The people that broke in could have dropped that. I don't know. I'm just saying, are you just responsible because she's the homeowner? Like,
well,
I'm
yeah,
confused.
she is the homeowner, but the problem is this was a small amount. This wasn't 10 pounds. This wasn't 20 pounds. It was an ounce, almost an ounce of weed, and she wasn't home. And let's get to the root of the thing. Somebody invaded her property, went in her crib, robbed her property.
What's been largely overlooked amid the mugshots and merch drops is the puzzling lack of any official list detailing exactly what was stolen from GloRilla's home. Early reports painted the burglary as a typical luxury grab: designer goods and valuables you'd expect from a rap star, but insiders close to the investigation suggest something far more sensitive went missing. A forensic analyst connected to the case revealed that at least one locked safe was forcibly removed, along with possible hard drives. This wasn't your average smash and grab, it was a targeted search for something specific. Rumors have been swirling that the burglars weren't after diamonds or designer bags, but leveraged private recordings, financial documents, contract drafts, maybe even voice memos tied to her ongoing legal battles. Over the past 2 years, GloRilla has experienced several management shakeups, not all ending amicably. Some fans now suspect this break-in was a calculated cleanup job, orchestrated by someone who knew exactly what to look for and when the timing would be perfect. While she was on stage performing, GloRilla was halfway across the country, with only a few relatives at home and someone armed just enough to scare but not stop the intruders. When her family reported the violent home invasion and theft, law enforcement focused not on catching the burglars but on searching her property, quickly obtaining a warrant and then an arrest warrant for GloRilla, despite her absence during the break-in. Meanwhile, no warrants have been issued for the actual suspects, clearly marking GloRilla as the victim, not the suspect. Among the stolen items, insiders estimate the jewelry's value to be in the 6 figures, but it's the rumored presence of a custom pendant containing a hidden micro SD chip that has fans speculating. This pendant, they believe, was more than just flashy jewelry. It may have been a secret storage device protecting sensitive files. Whether the rumors are true or not, they've become part of the growing lore, adding a dangerous twist to what first seemed like a routine celebrity burglary. The timeline only fuels suspicion further. Within hours of the break-in, GloRilla's home was under intense legal scrutiny, yet the burglars remain at large, the stolen items unrecovered, and police focus shifted sharply from the missing goods to what was found. This raises a chilling question. Was the entire incident orchestrated as a setup? A raid to redirect public attention onto controlled substances while the real target quietly vanished? The burglary may have been less the spark and more the smoke screen. Attempts to get official comments from the district attorney's office have so far gone unanswered. If that's the case, GloRilla's world now hinges on missing pieces that might be in the hands of those looking to leverage them, whether through damaging leaks, hush deals, or courtroom battles yet to come. One thing is painfully clear: the items stolen were never just about money, they were about power. And whoever holds them now may be the one truly calling the shots, leaving GloRilla walking a precarious tightrope. Few in the industry managed to survive. This drama has evolved far beyond legal troubles. It's now a complex game of control and survival. It's about more than just the lots, about branding, public trust, and future opportunities. If the court finds her guilty, that's one story. But if the public labels her messy, manipulative, or worse, complicit, that's a whole different kind of sentence, one that can haunt a career indefinitely. And time isn't on her side. Her upcoming court date could bring anything from new charges, plea deals, or a full-blown media circus. Fans are watching closely, lawyers are making their moves, and the 3 burglars who set off this chain of events remain at large. The Forsyth County Sheriff's Office says the investigation is ongoing, but anyone familiar with celebrity cases knows how these often end either quietly fading away or exploding into scandal. So where does that leave us? A rising star with a platinum voice, felony charges looming, a family shaken to its core, a potentially fractured team, and a merch table that feels more like damage control than celebration. Is GloRilla a victim of a flawed system, or has she made risky choices that could cost her everything? We'll be watching closely. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and stay alert, because in this game, one wrong move can send you from the spotlight straight into the shadows. Until next time, stay sharp, stay loud, and don't blink, you might miss the next twist.